Straight ahead on CCX News, a life-saving rescue in New Hope. Why police are calling the lifeguard a hero. Plus, a visit to a charter school in Crystal. We'll look at why the school has grown so rapidly. But first, they're the first on the scene responding to traumatic events. Now see how a training in Brooklyn Park aims to help first responders cope with those difficult situations. CCX News starts right now. Hello everyone. First responders encounter trauma every day on the job. That trauma often affects them long after they clock out for the day. Reporter Meredith Hackler shows us how one training session in Brooklyn Park is helping both them and their family members overcome post-traumatic stress disorder. Meredith?
Shannon, what started as a film created by a police officer's wife turned into a nonprofit organization called the Code 9 Project. Today, the national organization was in Brooklyn Park to train first responders across the Twin Cities on ways to cope with PTSD.
Suicides have reached epidemic proportions. This is it. This is as real as it gets. Yeah. We speak to family members who have lost a loved one to suicide. It is horrific. It has got to change, and that is what we're committed to doing, making change happen in the first responder culture.
While the organization provides training for first responders, they also provide the training for family members of first responders as well. They say they provide the family with training it's just as important as providing the first responders, since the family is the first to see how their loved one is affected by the trauma in their career.
So we start with the education of the science of you, and then we focus on warning signs, and then more importantly, self-care tools and resources. It's one thing to give information, it's another thing to give tools so that you can manage what's going on.
Most importantly, the Code 9 Project wants to make sure the first responders and their family members are making mental health a priority. If you would like to learn more information about the Code 9 Project, you can visit our website, ccxmedia.org. Shannon?
Thank you, Meredith. Brooklyn Park police are investigating a bank robbery that happened Wednesday evening. The robbery happened just before 6 p.m. Wednesday at the U.S. Bank branch in the 7600 block of West Broadway. Police say the robber got away with an undisclosed amount of money. It's unclear if the robber was armed, but we're told no one was injured. Police surrounded the bank and used a canine to try to catch the person, but as we went to air Thursday evening, there was no word on an arrest or suspect description. The case remains under investigation. A man is lucky to be alive after nearly drowning at the New Hope YMCA swimming pool.
He was apparently lap swimming, and the lifeguard saw something which was very concerning and went into action, removing him from the pool.
New Hope police were called to the pool around 6:15 Thursday morning. When they arrived, they found YMCA staff performing CPR and using a defibrillator on a 60-year-old man. No official word on what exactly happened to the victim while he was swimming, but police say it was a team effort to keep him alive.
It's the chain of care we train for on the medical side of things, where the people who are right there are the best responders, and the lifeguard, by all accounts, was awesome.
The man was taken to the hospital. No word now on his condition, but police are calling the lifeguard a hero. Here's a chance to avoid prescription drugs getting in the wrong hands. Saturday is National Drug Take-Back Day. It's a chance to drop off unwanted medications at dozens of sites across the Twin Cities, including several places in the Northwest Metro. Those sites include local police stations and local drugstores like CVS and Walgreens. They'll be collecting prescription drugs from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday. Hennepin County also has collection sites available year-round. According to the Hennepin County Sheriff's Office, 70% of prescription drug abusers say they got their supply of prescription medications from friends and family. A Crystal business has something to celebrate. Standard Water Control Systems received the Better Business Bureau's Torch Award for Ethics. The announcement came on Wednesday night. The award recognizes companies that demonstrate integrity in relationships with customers and employees. Another local company, Blue Ox Heating and Air, based in New Hope, was also a finalist for the award. Congratulations go out to both companies. Still ahead on CCX News, this week's school spotlight, how a charter school in Crystal has grown so quickly. Plus, the Champlin Park football team gets set for the playoffs after a solid regular season. But first, more rain on Friday and the weekend. Expect more showers as well. A charter school that started in Plymouth 15 years ago has come a long way since then. In today's School Spotlight, Neil Persley takes a look at Beacon Academy that's still growing in Crystal.
Beacon Academy is a K-8 Minnesota charter school that began in 2003 and established its permanent home in Crystal in 2017. The school was built on the pillars of having everyday Spanish and character education.
Beacon Academy uses developmental assets within our morning meeting program and then throughout the day. So every student at Beacon Academy has a 20-minute period from 9 to 9:20, and they have kind of their social emotional lessons.
Every month, there are new character education themes. This month's is safety.
So we talked a little bit about seguridad, safety, yesterday. It is our character ed trait of the month.
Those themes are artfully integrated into classroom curriculum. They're talked about in monthly assemblies, and they decorate the hallways.
I try to pick things to learn that can be kind of teachable, you know, especially at this age. There's no reason not to do Spanish. That's also teaching them something about building character, being a better human. How do you get to be a successful person?
We have something called the Developmental Assets Profile, and students tell us how they're doing, kind of like how they're feeling related to the supports they have in their environment. Do they feel empowered to make good choices? Are they able to say no to negative influences? And that's what the developmental assets is about.
This guy wants to go here, this guy wants to go here. Well, if we don't think this through, if we're not careful, if we're not safe, we might not make it.
Since Beacon Academy is a charter school, they essentially operate as their own school district, giving them the ability to incorporate concepts like character education program into everyday school life. In Crystal, Neil Persley, CCX News.
There are roughly 600 students enrolled at Beacon Academy, but since moving to their new space, they say they have room for about 100 more students there. Still ahead, a property dispute in Plymouth that turned into all smiles and laughs. But first, cross-country runners in Section 6 battle for spots in the state meet. John Jacobson is in next.
I'm John Jacobson with sports. Teams in the largest class in football, 6A, start the playoffs Friday night. As Jay Wilcox reports, Champlin Park is hoping to make some noise in the postseason.
It's been a pretty good regular season for the Champlin Park Rebels. They're 6-2 entering the playoffs.
You know, I think a lot of people thought we weren't going to be as good as what we were, and I think we surprised some people, and I'm really proud of these guys. You know, this senior group who put the work in this summer, and I think it's showing right now, so I'm pretty proud of these guys.
We played well as a team. We really played for the guys next to us. We fed off each other's energies. We had ups and downs, but throughout the season we really gathered ourselves as the season went on and really found our team and really played as a team for once.
The regular season ended with a wild 41-34 win over Ticino Grace. The Rebels did a lot of good things and some not as good, but it was an exciting last step toward the playoffs.
Well, you know, we look back on the film, we did not play well on defense at all. So that's the time for us to, you know, talk to the kids about that, make some corrections, whether it be, you know, alignment and assignment and things like that. But to be able to come out with the win there and, you know, on the 2-yard line, last play of the game, that's just big for our kids to see that, you know, one side of the ball can pick up another side of the ball.
Champlin Park hosts Shakopee in the first round of the Class 6A playoffs Friday. The Sabres are 2-6, but they've been competitive with some of the state's heavyweights, and that has the Rebels' attention.
Their record does not represent what they are as a team. You know, they are really a good team. They got a good defense, they got a good offense. Just they've had their ups and downs throughout the season like we have, and they just haven't been able to win games. But I'm sure that we'll be on it this week.
The second season kicks off soon, and the Rebels are ready to roll. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
The Rebels host Shakopee at 7 o'clock Friday. Wayzata and Maple Grove are also at home that night, while Armstrong, Hopkins, and Totino Grace are on the road. Spots in the state cross-country meet are on the line this week as local runners compete in section meets. The boys hit the course first on a perfect day at the Section 6AA meet. In green, it's Maxwell Manley of Edina holding off Wayzata's Andrew Brandt to win in a time of 15 minutes 26.6 seconds. Eli Haft of Hopkins is headed to state as he places fourth in a time of 15:46.4. Cameron Arkestein of Wayzata edges Penn Sagedal for 8th place, and the Wayzata boys are team champions. And then it's the girls' turn to race at Gale Woods, and it's not close at the finish. Minneapolis Washburn star Emily Covert cruises to the win in a time of 16:56.4. Just over a minute later, the next runners appear. Wayzata's Emma Atkinson holds off Grace Dickel of Washburn for 2nd place. Abby Nekanicki of Wayzata is 5th, and her teammate Caroline Sasson is 8th, as the Trojans girls team wins 2. Here's what the top Wayzata runners said after their races.
I heard my coach yelling at me that I had to be 1 or 2, so I took the lead and I just wanted to split it up. I knew Manley would be right on me, and it basically played out the same as last time we were here. There's a kick between me and him, and he got me again, but it was pretty good.
I mean, I think every team wants to go to state, of course. It's a really great meet, and so it kind of pushes us to work super hard, knowing that it's not going to be easy to get to state because of how great our section is.
We'll have highlights from the Section 5AA meet Friday starting at 4 on CCX News. In girls soccer, Benilde-St. Margaret's is in the state tournament for the 10th time since 2006. The Red Knights are seeded 3rd in the Class A tournament, and they met Rochester Lourdes in the quarterfinals Wednesday. First half, and Benilde's Amanda Cassidy makes a nice crossing pass. Elizabeth Dietzen drills a hard shot into the back of the Eagles' net, and it's 1-0 BSM 10 minutes in. Later in the first half, it's Dietzen setting up Cassidy, and the All-State midfielder punches it in for a goal. Benilde-St. Margaret's carries a 2-0 lead into halftime. Second half, the Eagles get a good scoring chance, but Red Knights goalkeeper Anna Poland robs Jordan Berg of a goal, and it stays 2-0. The Red Knights score the only goal of the second half. Senior Danielle Gagne converts on a penalty kick. The Red Knights win 3-0. They'll face second-seeded Orono in the semifinals Tuesday afternoon at U.S. Bank Stadium. That's all for sports. Shannon, back to you.
All right. Thank you, John. Brooklyn Park City Council member Rich Gates is not running for re-election. So today in Local Vote 2018, we hear from 2 candidates who want to take his seat and represent the Central District. They are Christian Eriksen and TONJA West-HAFNER.
Hello, I'm Christian Eriksen, and I'm running for City Council in the Central District. I'm a Brooklyn Park native and now live here with my wife and 3 kids. We want a safe and vibrant community. That comes through creative thinking and development, support and improvement of our public safety departments, and healthy relationship skills modeled at every level of government, and in all of our neighborhoods. This is my home and yours. We all want Brooklyn Park to thrive. That takes cooperation and compromise from all 80,000 of us. Anything the council can do, it can only do because voters have entrusted the members to ask questions, research issues, and make the best decisions they can. If elected, I will not take that trust lightly. Thank you.
Hello, my name is TONJA West-HAFNER. I'm seeking to serve Brooklyn Park as the next council member for the Central District. I'm a 20-year resident of Brooklyn Park. My husband and I have raised our 2 children here. I've been a long-time volunteer in the community. I've served on the Brooklyn Park Planning Commission, the Citizen Long Range Improvement Committee, and many other community task forces. I'm proud of my involvement in the Champions for Youth initiative, which resulted in the creation of what is now BrookLink. Currently, I'm serving on the Community Advisory Committee for the Botno LRT. I want to bring my passion and knowledge to build on our successes and to work on the BP 2020 goals with a focus in the areas of youth, high-quality development, and public safety. I'm TONJA West-HAFNER, and I'm asking for your vote on November 6th.
Up next, picture perfect moments in Plymouth, the sights and the people behind them when we come back. On Saturday, you can show off your Halloween costume. All the little ghosts and goblins can show up from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Main Street in Arbor Lakes as the Arbor Lakes Business Association once again sponsors its fall festival.
It's a free trick-or-treating event, so you can come dressed in your costumes and trick-or-treat at all of the participating businesses up and down Main Street. There will be games and activities and some prizes to win as well. This year we're actually giving away 650 free reusable rain ponchos as well, and we're partnering with Cross Donation Services, so there will be donation barrels up and down Main Street as well.
Some businesses will have booths set up outside while others will be giving away treats inside of their stores. Just look for the jack-o'-lantern signs in the shop windows. And here's another chance to show off your Halloween costume. Show them to us. We would like to see your little ones dressed up for Halloween. So if you're out at a Halloween event or on Halloween, snap a picture and tag us on Facebook or Twitter, and maybe we can show it off on the air. It will be fun. And finally, a picture-perfect moment in Plymouth, or should we say a property dispute. That's the title of a winning photo overall in the Picture Plymouth photo contest. It was shot by Scott Mon. He wins the grand prize of $100. The contest is a collaboration between the city and Plymouth Magazine. This year, the city received nearly 300 entries. That's an increase of more than 100 entries. And a congratulations goes out to our very own Sean Christie, who works behind the scenes here. He was one of the winners, so we're proud of you. That's all the news we have for now. We'll leave you with a few more of those winning photos from the Picture Plymouth photo contest. Enjoy, everyone.